sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And now we'll get a look at this offense for the first time today. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
You just want to find a way to affect the QB, and the defense does a great job getting to the quarterback, hitting him as he throws the football. Not only does it make that throw bad, in the future now, the quarterback's taking a few hits. It makes him a little bit more unsure of himself.
Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. On 3rd down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And it's in for a touchdown.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's McCown. Finds his big tight end. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. He's going to pass. Now sliding to his left. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You would have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put heavy push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Tackle is made after the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The final gut punch. Touchdown on the short run.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. finds his big tight end. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Williams will pass. Time to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Running back searching for a hole. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. With jet sweep pass. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback checking off. Scanning the field, it's McCown. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. First snap in the red zone on this drive. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, then he can get matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now this offense is back on the field. He's looking to throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, You think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to throw, it's McCown. Makes the grab over the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Out of the backfield, he's open. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Offense in the hurry up. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Into the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Why you need to make sure that you get you enough rest for the night. I see why you needed a lot of rest for the night. That was a good.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's
Did
going
it stop
down.
raining at least?
Houston is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Not a fan of Kendrick.
On the ground, it's Ellison. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on third down. They bring the punter onto the field now.
Well, this offense did a lot of good things there in the first half. Wouldn't surprise me if they punt this one away after that incompletion on third down. They do have the lead. I think you've got to put some trust in your defense here to not give up any points and get you the ball back.
Offense getting set for first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Williams looking for a man. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 36-yard line. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll run it again. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. It's third down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Might as well stick with him. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. He'll keep it himself. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, he coughed it up. God, big mistake, but here's the thing. I'm going to run my quarterback. I got to pick my spots, but he's got to understand when I can take hits, when I get in traffic, and I got to wrap that thing up. And I'm a running back, right? When I'm running these design quarterback runs, I got to take care of the football.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. To the air, it's McCown, feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low-line drive and not his best work. And they'll blow this one dead at the 20-yard line. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
From the gun, give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Smith. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game time.
They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They're getting this guy lathered up. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. Offense, quick tempo. Williams will pass. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Right back to the well. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Finds his man. It's Williams. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
At the 33-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
Yeah. Doing that before the game.
What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along. As we take a look at the
All you're
numbers.
gonna do is call me back. I still gonna have some fun with you.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Right there.
Makes the catch, he's got enough. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. They're trying to get to it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
What's how we get in?
This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves them with 2nd and 20. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's got a touchdown. Oh, Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close to the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass. They're up 14 over Sam Houston. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quick pass on the fly motion. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And here comes the punt team. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And now this offense will take the field again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in the groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
Just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
The corners are walked up tight. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback now breaking the field. Still running at the 40. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just when they're looking run, now up top. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be a touchdown.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. The give on the inside. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And these defensive tacklers just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. Fourth time we've seen this guy punt it today. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And that's where they'll have to down it, just inside the 50-yard line. The offense set for a first down play. These corners going to give them some space. Looking to go up top on first down. Gets it out fast. Timeout called by the offense. A mere 10 seconds to go in the game. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This for the lead and very likely the win. No good. And here in the fourth quarter, still all tied up, guys.
Man, that's tough for the kicker. Here you are in the fourth quarter. You're trying to break this tie, give your team the lead, and knock it off the upright.
So y'all just, but y'all done seen it
The
all
pass
today,
is
right?
incomplete, and
Did y'all sing it all
1
today?
second is left.
Did y'all sing it all today?
After misfiring, it's second down.
Yeah, you said it wasn't a concert, but I was like saying, just saying, did y'all
Looking
at least sing
downfield, it's
something
McCown.
today?
Throws to the tight end. Incomplete. The final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. Well, guys,
I had
let's play some
well,
more.
I probably
Headed
just
to
missed
overtime.
This just
said
feels
it,
right.
man,
Both of these
because I thought
teams
it was
going
just a
back and
concert
forth.
thing
So,
you
of
said.
course, David,
It
this
was
thing
just
needs to
freestyle.
get decided in
Like,
OT.
it wasn't really
Let's see who's better.
Stay
Short
with
amount of
that
time to
something.
do it. A
That's
couple
all.
possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The run from the shotgun. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Here comes first and goal as they try to strike here in overtime. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's in for the touchdown.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Now on first down, they need to answer with a
So much all
touchdown.
that football.
Williams will pass. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
When you're a defense, you have a choice. Do you play man or do you play zone? They sat back in zone. That might change. They might change their mind and try to switch to man here shortly in the future.
Going up top on first down. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. And the takeaway is the exclamation point, the game
I
saver
was pissed
for the
about the whole
win.
day.
That's a throw the
see if I
quarterback
can
would love
see
to
it.
have back. You're obviously down here in the red zone. It's overtime. The windows are going to be small. He just got a bit too aggressive with his decision-making. The defense makes him pay, and now they're giving it back to their offense with a chance to kick a field goal here and win.
My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here. We're bouncing around. We're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time.
So that song just kind
Yeah,
of
right.
just get some
If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening. But we got a free game that was awesome, back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.